Hello. It seems like almost every gay YouTuber that I follow, subscribe to, has a coming out video. And I was going to do one, I was just going to do it later on after I had a few videos out, got a few followers, but I got to thinking this is Gay Pride Month, so why not do one now? So this is my story, or kind of stories. I came out, I guess you could say twice. The first time I came out officially to anybody would have been in high school, to my closest friends and the girl I was dating at the time. Um, the girl I was dating and one of her best friends was also a real close friend of mine, and we had dated before. And whenever I had decided that I was ready to come out, I told her first. She was the very first one I told. And I sought her help into telling my girlfriend. So I don't remember exactly how everything went down. I do remember we told her. I know there was crying involved, and I do remember her saying that she kind of already knew. Well, after a little time went by, we all became really, really good friends, hung out together. I mean, everything. We were the best of friends. The girl that I was dating when I came out, we actually, when we graduated high school, we were the first ones to live together as roommates. So, first place we ever lived other than home with our parents was with each other. That's how good of friends we became. Um, my close personal ring of friends found out, told them and everything, and everybody was cool. I never got any problems from anybody from it. Several years later, well, I say several, it was probably like about 3 or 4 years later, I was dating a guy. It was probably in our first year that we were together, and he was wearing my class ring. And we were around my mother that day. Didn't even think about it. Well, when we got back home, realized that he'd been wearing my class ring all day. And it was right after the first of the year, and I had made a resolution to come out to my mother anyway. So I called her up and I told her, I said, I'm sure you noticed that he was wearing my ring. And she goes, I can't remember what she said. I don't know if she said yes, or she don't remember, or she wasn't paying attention or anything. I said, well, he was. And she goes, okay. I said, well, we're together. And it got quiet, nothing. And then it seemed like an eternity, 5, 10, 15 minutes, but I know it's probably only like 5 or 10 seconds. And she's like, well, what do you want me to say? And my heart sank, and all I could think of is, I said, I just want to know that you still love me. And I remember this very vividly because I thought it was so funny. She said, of course I still love you, just don't tell your Meemaw, she'll tell everybody. And Meemaw is what we called my grandmother. But I don't even know if my mother remembers saying that, but I do, because it was me coming out to my mother, so I'm going to remember everything. And I thought it was hilarious. And so ever since then, it was never discussed with anybody else in my family, but I mean, I know they all know because I'm married now. The wedding pictures on Facebook, they're all friends on Facebook, of course. And I'm sure they knew long before that, but it was never actually discussed with them. And I haven't had any trouble, no flack, nothing from any family members. So I'm very grateful for that. Very grateful. Because I know there's so many people out there that have so much trouble and rejection from family, even parents, mother, father, that reject them, kick them out of the house, and they're having such a hard time. And it's a tragedy for things like that to happen. And nowadays, it's so much easier than it used to be. The only person in my family that knew, other than my mother, or before my mother knew, was one of my uncles. And the only reason he knew is because I told him, because he was gay. So we had something in common. But other than that, it was only discussed with my mom and my uncle. But they all know. No problems. So I'm grateful. I love all of my family. And thank you for not exiling me or hating me just because I'm gay, because I love a man. I'm happy.